Igel of Caravan Stylist Studio. This is the first in our series about empowerment. Today we're going to introduce STACY Igel of Boy Meets Girl to GABRIELLE RUIZ of Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, and they're going to talk all about women empowerment.
Oh my goodness!
Good to
I'm
see
Gabrielle.
you. It's so nice to meet you. I stalked you last night.
You did.
And I'm really excited to meet you.
Oh, well, it's excited to be here. We're in the showroom of
We're
Boy
in
Meets Girl.
Boy Meets Girl.
Are you excited to have this? How long have you been here?
I've been in this location since last February.
Excellent, congratulations.
So it's like a new, fresh, back in the heart of the garment center, which is really exciting, and an open loft space. And we redid the showroom, and here we are. So
I love that.
It's
I
very
love that.
exciting.
I'm excited for you. But so tell me a little bit about the why of Boy Meets Girl, the name behind it, and tell me a little bit about the name.
Okay,
of the brand.
So the name Boy Meets Girl evolved from actually the silhouette of the boy and girl. So
Yes, which you see right here.
which is right there.
Yeah.
And I was actually at one of my first dinners at my then boyfriend's house, and I walked in, and on his wall was like all these different silhouettes of his sister and his brother. And I had a silhouette when I was younger, and I was like, Boy Meets Girl. And I was like just dating him 3 months, and I'm like, I don't care if we like end up together. But this is like, I'm gonna make something happen here, because it was a reflection of a time in your life, like this young, vibrant, like your first boyfriend, your first best friend, that first concert, like all these things just came
That first spark.
with just like this reflection, and anytime anyone sees it, that's sort of what they're thinking, like this time. Through that, Boy Meets Girl is really about a young girl that is, on the go. She has multiple jobs. She's an actress. She's a designer. She's a photographer. She's a blogger. She's a vlogger. She goes to concerts. She's really like on the go, living life.
The new millennial.
Yeah,
The
right.
new girl.
Or the new whatever they call it. They don't even like to be called millennials.
I know, they don't
Gen
like it.
something.
So not only is the fashion fantastic here at Boy Meets Girl, we can see it all behind us right now, but give us a little bit of an inside scoop on your passion about the organizations that you support as well, and what really stands behind the brand.
So I think like one of the reasons that we're involved in so many organizations, because one, we love it, and also it's dear to me, is because my family is a bunch of doctors or physician assistants or lawyers, and I realize in fashion or in entertainment or whatever we're doing, in the arts, you're working 24/7. So I was like, how am I giving back through the designs if nothing is being done to support other things happening? So thus, in the beginning of starting the brand, I started working with breast cancer survivors and young women in our target market who have had breast cancer at the age of 18, 19, 20. And I found an organization called the Young Survival Coalition for Breast Cancer that I've been an advocate for since 2007. I work with Urban Outfitters and did totes that went across the country, and I'm a chair in this year's in Living Pink Gala that is going to be all about the arts and supporting young women who are survivors, past and present.
That's fantastic.
So that's one organization I'm involved in, and it's targeting young women with breast cancer. And then I'm also involved in an organization called the Bully Bus Organization under the National School Climate Center, and that's about started working with them again like 2008 when cyberbullying started to happen, working with young actresses who've been targeted on social media, and sort of being a voice about what you can do to prevent bullying on those channels. I also work with the Lower East Side Girls Club with Rosario Dawson, and helping young girls. We've had 30 girls who came to my New York Fashion Week show with Wyclef Jean, and a bunch of artists who were performing, and they got to shadow everybody at the show and learn about the business. So like someone was on Wyclef, someone was a photographer, someone was behind the scenes with the makeup artists, and so we're bringing them into some of the events that they never would have the ability to see and learn about the business.
So what I'm getting at is that not only are you this fantastic fashion designer, but you're also an advocate for so many causes. When do you sleep?
I don't.
You don't?
And I had a baby.
And you had a baby and you're a mom. Oh, that's so
Yeah.
fantastic. So is Boy Meets Girl here in New York? Do you have a lot of locations where it's being sold? Where can people get it?
Good question. So we're based here in New York, and then we sell to Nordstrom's, and we sell to Colette in Paris. and we sell online at boymeetsgirlusa.com.
I love
and
it.
we sell to a store on Broome Street called Shop NY. It has a few locations. It's very much like a Colette in Paris, a cute boutique higher end store.
Yeah.
And we have a store in Germany we just opened up, and we're just growing in pockets of the world internationally.
And you're all over social media.
And we're all over.
I mean, we were stalking each other this morning.
Yes, we were.
Right.
Yes.
And you're going to let me try something on because I kind of want to try everything on.
Yes. So I was looking at some things over here that are from the spring collection that just came out. Our mood boards over there, so we'll show you. Or actually, our photo shoot campaign that we did with Caravan Stylist Studio, all the hair and makeup.
Yes.
And yes.
Thank you, Caravan.
Thank you, Caravan.
I feel great today.
Thank you. So I thought this was just like I was looking at you and just thinking about where you are career-wise, and then it's shiny and just like fun, and it's really loose, and I think it'd be cute.
I
with
love
that.
it.
Wearing,
Look at
but we
this.
also have other options if you want to wear that.
It's a great spring line.
This is our Coco hoodie. She has been around for a long time, and she's named after Coco Chanel. We named some our shirts.
I mean, who wouldn't? Right.
So here's.
Well, let's
some,
try this
let's
on.
Try that on.
Yeah.
Awesome. This is so
Are you
exciting.
ready to see me in your look?
I love it.
I feel
It's
so
amazing.
rocker.
You look so rocker. And look at, we have the same
Oh, we have the same
bracelet
bracelet. Look how amazing this is. Yay.
Well, now that you're wearing Boy Meets Girl and you know all about me.
And I feel amazing.
Except you didn't know that the Fuck Cancer shirt, 10% of the proceeds goes to the YSC, Young Survival Coalition.
Love it.
So forgot to
Love
tell you.
it.
But let's turn the tables and talk
Yes.
about you.
Crazy ex-girlfriend.
Crazy ex-girlfriend.
On the
So
CW at 8
tell me-
o'clock on Mondays.
Okay, I don't even have to ask you a question. How long have you, so when did it launch?
We launched, we aired starting in October. We started shooting in August of last year, and we have 2 more episodes coming up. Our season finale with Lea Salonga as well, another
Wow.
Broadway veteran.
That's amazing.
I was so honored to work with finally, who I've idolized for years.
And I
But
heard you got
yeah.
picked up for another
We
season.
just got picked up for season 2.
So how do you feel about that?
Excited. I was actually flying to New York when I found out, coming home, because I live here, but
Okay.
we've been shooting in Los Angeles, and I found out while flying back to New York that we got picked up. So
That's-
I'm coming back, LA.
That's
I'm
amazing.
coming back.
So I know you've been a Broadway star.
Yes.
You've been in Chorus Line. You've been in The Heights, one of my favorite shows.
Yeah,
And
mine
in
too.
Hamilton. I mean, to work with that genius.
Yeah.
I didn't say his last name, so you have to pronounce it.
So I've been, I started out with the Chorus Line.
Okay.
And I played Deanna Morales, and which is an iconic Broadway show that everyone knows
That's my
What I Did for
favorite.
Love and a lot of those numbers. My Broadway debut was because of Lin-Manuel Miranda, who hired me in The Heights.
That's amazing. And
my
if you guys
big-
don't know who he is, he created Hamilton.
Oh, I don't know if you've heard of it.
Right.
Have you seen Hamilton?
I
That's like
have.
the word on the street
Oh,
for
it's
everyone.
ridiculous.
Everyone just walks around asking each other.
It's amazing.
I've seen it. Have you seen it?
I've seen it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we covered that.
Yes.
So
Let's talk about you.
I also did If Then with Idina Menzel,
Okay.
who is
Amazing.
magical.
She is.
She
I've
looks,
seen Rent
she
13
is,
times,
Yeah,
so
she's just
I love
magical.
her. Yep.
And then I also did Evita with Ricky Martin, which was lots of fun and a very great classic Broadway, staple of what musical theater is.
So the transition of Broadway to television
was fantastic.
and
it's
it
so
also
exciting.
the show incorporates music. in
Yes,
the
it was
show.
nice to be a Broadway veteran and bring that to Los Angeles with the big primetime television lifestyle that is this Hollywood.
Right.
And I was ready to sit back and learn a lot, but they were waiting to learn from us, which was exciting because
Yes.
Donna Lynn Champlin, who is huge in the Broadway scene, Santino Fontana, who was also in Frozen with Idina Menzel,
Wow.
and Vincent Rodriguez III, and a lot of guest stars too, like myself and other people have come in that have done the Broadway scene. And they need us to learn a song overnight, and they need us
so you
to
guys
be
are,
able to
quick
pick
to
things
do
up
it.
fast. And so it was nice to be able to show that off and bring New York City over and let them know who we are here.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
So your spirit is so energetic.
Oh,
You seem
thank
like
you.
It's such a positive attitude. What is, over the years of building your career, those moments when you might have gone low, what has brought you up? Or what's advice for young entrepreneurs and young women who are in this business, going. What do you, want to say to them about those moments when you just were feeling a little down, and what brought you back up? What kept you going to get to this point in your
I
career?
just posted something on my Instagram saying 4 words you would tell to your 17-year-old self, which I feel like this is the
exactly,
answer.
yeah.
So to sum it up, I kept writing it out and then deleting it, and writing out and deleting it, because there's so many things you want to tell yourself, but the biggest thing I still use even today is the sun will rise tomorrow. And
I love
that, and it's a little musical theater-ish because it's Annie, the sun will come out tomorrow, but it really does. I always feel like I still sleep it off if a bad day happens, You always have tomorrow to try again.
I agree.
You always have tomorrow to try again. Failure is the best way to restart your day from yesterday, and to me, it still rings true. And it's how I motivate myself. It's how I motivate my friends or my colleagues and whatnot. And sharing that and paying that forward is really big for me too.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's
And I play Valencia in the show Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
Right,
And
so
Valencia she's the queen bee, and she sometimes does what we call girl negging, which kind of just like picks on people and whatnot. But Rachel Bloom, who's the creator and
she's
the star of Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, her and I, our story of what Valencia is really going to evolve in season 2 to why she is that way. And that to me, from relating to Valencia, the whole bullying thing that Boy Meets Girl does too, and is really, really an advocate, so am I, because bullying is something that needs to always have awareness, especially at that age when you realize that you're not picking on people, it's coming from within you, and you can change that. Right, so that's important to me, and I'm excited to have Valencia grow in that way too.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So I'm the villain.
You're the villain that's gonna change a little.
But she's got a nice grow.
So
we should introduce her to you.
Yeah, definitely. She can wear our bullying shirt.
Exactly.
So what's your favorite thing to do in New York? What's your favorite spot or?
Oh, that's a good question. My favorite spot is, I think living here for so long and working here so long, we get, elbows in, head down, work. Go. We become desensitized that we live here.
Yeah, I agree.
In New York City, this huge place. And so every time I see the Empire State Building, I'm reminded of like the biggest.
You're here.
Yeah. Wow. I'm here in New York. And so the Empire State Building is my favorite spot.
Do you ever go up in it? And
I went as a kid when we visited and whatnot, but every time I see it from far away, or I drive back to Queens where I live and I look back, and I see the Empire State Building.
Just gives
my
like
favorite
a head
moment.
check. You're here.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Thank you for doing this.
I am so glad we met.
I love our speed dating.
I know. It's like speed dating, right?
Really is. So tell me about you. Tell me about you.
You tell me about you.